What's going on YouTube? This is UltimateiDeviceVids and this is Tweak Recap, and if you're not familiar with the series, I round up 5 of the best Cydia tweaks that are currently available in Cydia. So let's begin. And the first tweak I'm going to show you guys is called Auxo 2. It's available in Cydia for $3.99. However, if you didn't own it back on iOS 6 or 5, it is $1.99 to upgrade to this version. And what this tweak allows you to do is have a really nice improvement to the app switcher on iOS 7. And what this tweak actually does is it combines the control center on iOS 7 with the app switcher. So if I just double tap the home button just like I would normally be accessing the app switcher, as you can see I have this cool view where it combines the control center features and the app switcher. So in the middle, of course, I could just slide between my apps and launch them as normal. But again, on the top and bottom I have these control center options. On the top, as you can see, I have the toggles that you normally have, and of course AirDrop as well. And on the bottom you have the music controls in the middle, and of course the volume and brightness controls, which actually go in a circle, so that's pretty cool. You drag them like this in a circle, volume and brightness. And then on the bottom, of course, you have the apps that you could launch, which is the camera, the calculator, and the clock app. And if you guys do have a flashlight on your device, you'll have an icon that you can tap and will activate the flashlight. And this interface is accessed by double tapping the home button, which of course was just the app switcher beforehand. So again, you can double tap just like that and it'll get you into this interface. You could also swipe up from the bottom because that was what Control Center used to be. But again, because they're combined, it's the same two gestures in order to get to this space. So as you can see, they're swiping up works very well. It's very fluid, as you can see. It just works very well. Very nice. But that's not it for functionality. Another one of the cool things is the quick switcher, and if you slide up from the left hand side of the screen on the bottom, you're going to get this cool view where you can switch between apps just like this. Just swipe up and you can scroll between whatever apps you have open and release on top of the one that you want to open, and you're there just like this. And it's very, very fast. You could just get from one app to another extremely fast. Just works extremely well. Again, you just slide up from the bottom corner and you can choose between all the apps that you have open. And something else that's cool is the right hand corner. If you do that same gesture, just slide up from the right hand corner when you're inside an app. As you can see, it closes you out to the home screen just like that. So again, when you're inside an app on your device and you slide up from the right hand corner, it'll just close the app just like this. And you can see the animation is very nice. It animates very well. However, if you are on the home screen and you repeat this gesture, it'll just take you to the normal view right here, which we talked about before, where it combines the app switcher and control center. And there are some settings to configure for this tweak, so if you do go into the settings app on your device and scroll down until you do see Auxo 2 and go in there, and inside here you will have some options, and the first one is of course the Multicenter, and that's basically just this normal view that we've talked about several times, this right here where it combines again the app switcher and control center. That's Multicenter. And you could enable or disable any of these options. And the next thing is the quick switcher. And again, that was when you could slide up from the bottom corner and switch between apps like this. There's the toggle right there. And then hot corners. And that's basically return to the home screen by swiping up from the right hand side. And that's also what I showed you before. Just that way you could close to the home screen just like that. And you could disable that, of course. And if you go down, there are some advanced options in here. And the minimal display is basically hiding the AirDrop and AirPlay. So if I enable this, and then I'm going to go into the normal view, as you can see there's no AirDrop at the top. So if you don't want AirDrop, just make sure you enable minimal display. And you can customize that so it always is just so it's always gone. And you could have it so if media is not playing, you could have it, or if AirPlay is not detected, or if AirDrop is off. So you could configure when it is and isn't there, just to keep your multi-center view clean. And the next option is the open to last app. And with this on, basically with a swipe up from the bottom of the screen just like this, it's going to go to the last app that you opened, not the app that you're currently in. So as you can see, it panned over to videos, which was the last app that I opened. And if I disable that, I'll show you what happens. As you can see, normally it just goes right to the app that I was in, which was settings. But again, with this on, it'll pan over to the second app in my multi-center view, which is videos. And I'll just disable. And the next option is quick launcher, and that's basically at the bottom of multi-center. You have these toggles right here. As you can see, it's the clock app, the calendar, and the camera. I mentioned that earlier, but you could go in here and customize some of that stuff. For example, you could display it when no media is playing, which is obviously what it's set at right now. If I click do not display, I'll go back to Multicenter. As you can see here, it's only showing the scrubber for music, and then if I slide down, then it's going to show those options, those apps. And we'll go back into the settings. Then we'll change it to auto dismiss. And then as you can see, you could customize if you wanted to dismiss after 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 8 seconds. It's on 3 right now, so if I invoke this, as you can see, after 3 seconds, it's going to go back to the scrubber just like that. And Down here you can have the same settings that we just showed you up here in when media is playing, so you could customize those same things. And alright, let's just go back, and the next option is Unlimited Quick Switcher, and this allows you to display more than 6 apps in the Quick Switcher. So if I enable this, as you can see when I open up my Quick Switcher like I normally do, normally it only allows you to have these 6 apps right here, but with this, as you can see, you could slide over and have more than 6 apps, just like this. So you can access every single app. And if you are using Quick Switcher, I would recommend that you do have this on so you can see all the apps in Quick Switcher. And the next option we have is Invert Hot Corners, and that basically allows you to access the app switcher from the right-hand side of the screen and the home screen from the left. So as I told you earlier, from the right-hand side of the screen, if you swipe up normally, it will get you to the home screen just like that. And the other side, the left side, that normally gets you to the Quick Switcher, as you can see right here. But with this option, if it's enabled, the left-hand side will get you to the home screen, just like this, as you can see. So it's the left-hand side will get you to the home screen. And the right-hand side won't get you to Quick Switcher. It's going to get you to the normal Multicenter. And with this option, unfortunately, you cannot use the Quick Switcher, which is disappointing, but you can actually have it so the home screen is on the left, and again, that the Multicenter is on the right. So I do not recommend you use this if you're going to be using the Quick Switcher, so just disable that, and then you'll have to go back and enable Quick Switcher again. I personally like Quick Switcher, but if you're not going to be using Quick Switcher, you can try out the inverted corners. And of course, you could just try it out anyways and see how you like it, then you could disable it. But keep in mind, once you disable it, the Quick Switcher is still going to be disabled, so you have to go back and then enable Quick Switcher in order to get back the Quick Switcher after you try out the hot corners inverted. And the last option is Disable in Applications. And with this option, it allows you to go through all the apps on your device and disable it in certain apps. So for example, if there's a game that you're swiping up constantly inside of, you don't want to accidentally keep invoking the home screen gesture or the Multicenter gesture, so you could disable it in that certain app. So just go through here and disable in whichever app you want to. And you could also disable it with a keyboard. So for example, if I enable this, if I'm in an app, for example, like Messages, and the keyboard is up, just like this, and again, you do not want to activate the Multicenter or the home screen or the Quick Switcher, you could do that. So as you can see, when I normally swipe up, it's just going to give me a normal control center because it's disabled. And I'll go back into the settings, and again, you can go through any apps on your device and disable it in those. And then that's it for this tweak. Again, it's called Auxo 2. It's available in Cydia for $3.99. However, if you did own it back on iOS 6 or 5, it is $1.99 to upgrade to the iOS 7 version. And the next tweak I'm going to show you guys is called Articon. It's available in Cydia for 99 cents. And this tweak allows you to change the music icon on your device to the album artwork of the music that you're listening to. And it does not just work with the normal music app. You can use it with several other apps as well. And if I go into the music app and I'll just start playing something, and as soon as that music is playing, if I exit, as you can see, the music app turns into the album artwork for that particular song that I'm listening to, as you can see here. So again, the icon on the music app is the album artwork. And it also works in the app switcher, so if you go into the app switcher, it's going to apply there as well. And there is just a few settings to configure in the settings app on your device. Just scroll down until you do see Articon and go in there. And of course, you can just enable or disable the tweak right here. And you could also clear the artwork. And disabling this option will prevent clearing of the artwork icon. The last displayed artwork will always be present. So for example, if I disable this and then I go into the music app and pause the music, so the music is stopped now, and I'll exit the app, as you can see, it's going to keep that there. And even if I kill the music app, it's just going to continue to be there. So I kill that, and as you can see, it's going to continue to be that album artwork. And the only way you're going to actually get it to go back to normal is if you go into settings on your device and enable clear artwork again. And you're going to need to open up the music app on your device, and once it's open, just close the music app, then double click and kill the music app. Then, as you can see, it'll go back to normal. And also, with that option disabled, another way to get it to change is if you just choose a different song. So if it's on the first song and the option is disabled, so clear artwork, as you can see, it's disabled, and again, it's on one song. And even if I stop that song again, with this option, it's going to continue to stay on that album artwork. And if I go back and change it to a different song, then it's going to go to that one, and it'll stay on that. So those are the two ways you could get it to change. You could disable it in the settings, open the music app, kill the music app, or just play a different song and it will change to that album artwork. And again, this is Articon. It's available in Cydia for 99 cents. And the next tweak I'm going to show you guys is called AutoControl. It's available in Cydia for free. And this tweak allows you to customize Control Center. So if there's no music playing on your device, the music section of Control Center is completely gone. As you can see, I'm not playing music right now because there's no music section in Control Center. However, if I actually go into the music app on my device and start playing music, then it will appear. So I'll start playing music. And now, as you can see in Control Center, there the music section appears just like that. And the only problem really is, even if you pause the music, and it doesn't matter whether you pause it inside the music app or in Control Center, the section will remain here until you kill the app. So in order for it to fully disappear again from Control Center, even if you pause it, you have to kill the music app, and then, of course, it's going to go back to normal. But other than that small problem, it's a very good tweak. Again, it's called AutoControl. It's available in Cydia for free. And the next tweak I'm going to show you guys is called Switchr for iPhone. It's available in Cydia for $2, and the spelling for this tweak is down below in the description, along with all the other tweaks. And the reason I'm mentioning this now is because this tweak is not spelled as you may expect it, so just be sure to check the spelling before searching it in Cydia. And this tweak gives you a powerful alternative to multitasking on iOS. So as you can see, if I double tap the home button, I have this new interface, and you can swipe between all the cards and just launch them normally just like this. It's very fast and it works extremely well. And this tweak reminds me of the iOS 6 multitasking as well as the original Auxo, so the Auxo back from iOS 6. It just looks similar, the cards do, and the ability to swipe down to kill apps, it's the same kind of thing. You can also swipe up. And there are some settings to configure for this tweak in the Settings app, and just scroll down until you do see Switchr for iPhone. And go in here, and of course you can enable or disable the tweak right here. And if you guys do have an iPhone 5S, you could have it so it works with Touch ID or doesn't work with Touch ID, and the recognition speed you could adjust here as well. And you could adjust the first page, so obviously by default it's the Switchr. And if you guys actually swipe to the right, and as you can see, you're going to get this media player, and another time to the right you get these toggles you could scroll through just like this, as well as the audio down at the bottom. And you could choose which one of those pages shows first, and of course by default it's the Switchr. You can change it to media, so then again when I double tap, the first thing I'm going to see is the media, and I can swipe around to get to the other options. And of course the last option is for the toggles to show first, and with this on, of course, when I double tap the home button, the first thing I'm going to see are the toggles just like that. But I do recommend you do keep it on the Switchr, so of course you can see that first because that is the primary function of this tweak, to have the improved multitasking. And the next option is the appearance, and in here you could customize several settings. For example, the opening animation duration, you could change how long it takes for the multitasking Switchr to show up. So as you can see at the maximum, as you can see, it takes a little while for it to fade in and fade out. You can customize that. And the next thing is the Snapshot corner radius, and that basically will allow you to customize how circular these cards are. You can make them really circular if I show you right here. And I'll double tap, as you can see they're very circular, or you can make them completely rectangles at the other side. There you go. I personally like it about, I would say, right there. There you go. And the next option is the bar color alpha, so you can customize that as well. The alpha of the bar, just like that. And the next option is the bar color. You can customize which color you want the bar to be. I'm going to have it at red right now. And I'll change the separator color to, let's say, blue. And I'll go back. And these changes do require a respring. As you can see, it doesn't apply automatically. And you could show the app icons if you want to do that. So if I disable that, as you can see, it's not going to show these app icons. There you go, it's just a label. And you could also show the icon badges. So for example, if there's a badge on a particular app, you could have that show or not show. And the next option is the additions, which is media controls while playing. And basically with this option on, if you have media playing in the background, that's what's going to show up first in the app switcher. So for example, if I go into the music app right now, and I'll start playing something just like that, and now if I open up the app switcher, as you can see, that's what's going to show up first. However, if I pause that music and then open up the app switcher, it'll just go to the normal screen, which I have set to the app card. So let's go back into settings here, and you could actually customize the toggles right here. So you could customize which switches you want enabled or disabled right here. So you could drag them into disabled, so you could customize all of that. And again, the toggles are 3 swipes to the right, and then you get all these toggles right here. And we'll go back, and if you want to apply changes, because again, as I mentioned earlier, some of those things up there weren't applying after just doing them. You actually have to respring. Again, you can't just set them and then they will work. You actually have to respring in order for the changes to show up. So I'll just click apply changes, then it's going to respring. And alright, I'm back from respringing, and as you can see, if I open up the app switcher now, you can see the changes have applied that weren't applying before. I have the red background and the blue bars right there. And there is one more setting I do want to show you inside the settings app, so we'll go in there and go back to Switchr. And inside, at the bottom, the activation methods. So if you don't want to use this as your default app switcher, so if I just disable this tweak right now, and of course once I disable it, it's going to go back to the normal iOS 7 multitasking just like this. But you do want to have it set so it works with an Activator Gesture. You could go in here and configure that directly from this settings panel. So for example, if I want to use triple press, I could do that. And then again, it's just my normal multitasking when I double press is this, but when I triple press in this instance, I get the new Switchr just like that. And again, you can do that with any Activator Gesture inside the activation methods. Just go through here and choose any gesture that you want. And again, this tweak is called Switchr for iPhone. It's available in Cydia for $2. And the fifth and final tweak I'm going to show you guys is called MultiPass. It's available in Cydia for free. And this tweak allows you to use multiple passcodes on your device. So in order to use this tweak, you have to make sure that you do have a passcode set. So just make sure you go into Settings, General, Passcode Lock, and make sure you do have a normal passcode set up. And once that's done, if you have the tweak installed, you just go down in your settings until you do see MultiPass. And you could add 5 additional passcodes to your normal passcode. As you can see right here, you just click on it and enter the passcode just like that. And once you've entered it in, you just click the home button to apply your changes, and that's it. So my normal passcode that I have set in the normal passcode settings is 7890, and as of course you can see that works just normally. And my 2 additional passcodes that I had the settings are just 1234. So as you can see, this works too. And 0000. So those are my 2 additional passcodes that I do have in the settings app. As you can see here, my 2 additional ones. And if I try something else, it's not going to work. So it's just specific to those 3 passcodes that I tried. As you can see right there, it's not working. So again, it's very cool. It allows you to set multiple passcodes on your device, up to 5 additional passcodes. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.